Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be our first episode out on the fishing kayaks. But before we go have a look at that, you may notice that we have changed the name of the channel. Somewhere at the top there. So this channel used to be called Raw Fishing UK, and on all of our previous videos there's probably going to be a Raw Fishing UK logo stuck on there. Going to look into getting that changed. But as of today's episode, we are going to be called Dog Star Fishing. I hope you like the new name. We've got a few reasons behind this. One, obviously we all know Bandit's the real star of the show. He's a good boy. Also there is a massive American fishing channel called Raw Fishing, spelled with 2 W's. And I've realised just how hard it was to search the channel with that other channel out there with such a similar name. And last but not least, I actually love the Dog Star. It is my favourite star in the night sky. So if you're out there stargazing at night, look up. The absolute brightest one that you can see is the Dog Star. I like it so much so that I always said if I get a boat I would name it the Dog Star. I haven't got a proper boat yet, but I have got a fishing kayak, so I guess that's going to be called the Dog Star for now. Anyway, just thought I'd let you guys know that so there's no confusion and let you guys know what's going on. Thank you to everyone that's subbed to the channel so far and that's been watching. You guys are absolutely amazing. Let's go take a look what I got up to out on the kayaks. Hello guys, welcome back to fishing. Today we are out on the fishing kayaks. So this is going to be my first video that I'm going to be releasing on the kayak. I have had one session in this yak already. Caught some herring and some dogfish. Oh, first fish on my new kayak is a herring. I've got 2 boat rods. This is more of a kayak size rod. Quite a chunky guy. What's this? I think it goes up to £30 that one. This rod here has multiple different tips. It's a bit long for a kayak, but it's what I've got. And I've got the £20 tip on there. So it comes with multiple tips, 15, 20 and 30. So sat in the middle to be nice and safe. And then I have a Shimano lure rod here. And I've shaved a bit off the tip. So I accidentally broke him not long after I got him, and then when I got the kayak I deliberately cut a little bit more off the top, so he's got a bit of stiffness, he can take a bit of weight. Other than that, I've got a decent net here, little kayak belly net, so a bit of a handle on it. And the most important thing is this plasticky net. So we're going to be doing a bit of luring today, and a few of my lures have got trebles on. If you catch a bass, let's say, and there's trebles in it and there's trebles poking out, and you get it in a normal fabric net, you'll probably spend the rest of your day trying to untangle that fish and probably getting hooks in your hands and whatnot. So yeah, 10/10 recommend a net with the plastic netting. Other than that, we're ready to go. We've got some bait, we've got some, well, we've got live bait, we've got some live crabs, we've got some live shrimp, we've got some lugworms that I pumped myself, and I've got some squid. So that's what we're working with today. Obviously we've got feathers, we'll try catch some bait while we're out there. Let's launch and see what happens. Lovely, nice and flat. So we are starting maybe, I think we're about an hour before the high tide, no, low tide rather, not high tide. For a little while it is going to be pushing us towards Hive, I believe, and then after the low tide it will start pushing us towards Dover for a bit. We've got anchors, I'll show you how to anchor up in a bit. The water has relatively good clarity to it. Probably get better as we get out a bit more. But yeah, we'll just get out a little bit. I'll have a little talk with Simon. We'll agree the wreck that we're going to, and we'll get on with it. Okie dokie, so we've picked the wreck that we're going to head to. Probably got about half a mile to a mile to go. I've set up a deep diving lure, so he's got a nice big lip on the front. He's got lots of joints on him, so he should swim really well. All I'm going to do, I'm going to lob him out the left side of the boat, leave the spool open for a bit, let him get behind me, and then I'll close the bail arm down and just paddle, let him work away behind the boat. Rightio. Flick that back behind me. Stick it back in the rod holder and that's paddle. So yeah, I let out quite a bit of line just to get that lure away from the boat and get it fishing nicely. I think if the lures are too close to the boat, the bass won't really take them. Alright, a bit more. Let's have a go like that. Here we go, I'm trolling. So the tide's probably bang on low tide now. So we'll have to see how deep it even is on the wreck when we get there. Okay, we reckon we're roughly on the wreck now. So I'm gonna get my anchor drop down. Simon coming past me there. Should probably get a few more feet between us before we drop anchors. So I'll come up on the wreck a bit. My anchor ready with a quick release. I'll just show you that quickly actually. All it is, you tie the chain to the top bit of the anchor like that. If you need to, you can break it and then you'll be pulling from the end of the teeth on. This is called a dive reel, if you hadn't seen one before. Okay, that just hit the bottom. And then you let out 3 times as much as you need. So I'm going to have to work out which way I'm swinging around with my anchor. And that will determine where I actually needed to anchor up to fish the wreck, but at least I'm near one anyway. Simon's run the finder over it, apparently you can see some lumps and bumps, maybe not the biggest wreck in the world. And there we go. Right, I absolutely hate this buoy with all of my heart. It is a very annoying buoy. I've got a new one in the post, but it didn't arrive in time to come on today's journey. So I've got to physically blow this damn thing up. And it's blown up. But I'm out of breath. Right, so you chuck your dive reel in the water, you chuck your buoy in the water. And this is a floating rope, which I've quite handily trapped inside its own carabiner. Try and keep it neat, but it's not easy to get undone. Right, there we go. Just untangle the rope. Okay, so I've got an anchor rail down here. Hopefully you can see that metal ring there, and on that metal ring there's a bit of bungee cord. Get that clipped onto there, get that screwed back up. And now what I want to do is pull my anchor rail to the very stern of the boat. or the back for normal people. Alright, so that line is now right to the back of the boat. Unclip that. Yep, that anchor rail was now right to the back of the boat. That line's right behind me, leaving me nice and clear to swing round on the anchor and fish. So what, we quarter mile off the land, not too far, but yeah, I thought we'd anchor up here for a bit, give it a bit of a go, and then if it's no good, we're going to try find a feature out in front of us. We're in about 26 meters of water, so hopefully if we can find a feature to pick and fish, we'll find some decent fish, at least something other than a dogfish. They seem to quite abundantly jump on the kayak every time I've been out fishing on one. But yeah, I'll get a rod going, bit of bait going. I'll show you what I'm using, and then I think I'm going to get on a meal deal. Okie dokie, gang. I managed to leave my worms at home, but luckily my good friend Simon there has sorted me half a score. We'll give him some crabs back in return, eh? And some crab cart. I've got some crab cart on me. Super secret bait. Possibly, I reckon the smooth hounds might quite like a bit of crab cart. It's a good bait for cod, but yeah, I reckon the smooth hounds will be on it. Anyway, 20-pound line, basically a running ledger but pennel. There's a secondary hook, and I'm being lazy. Just grabbed some worms of Simon, just going to stick a worm on there, drop it down and see what happens. Probably overkill, but I've got a 10-ounce ball weight on there. Little reel I bought from Absolute Tackle, great little tackle shop that, yesterday for only £10. So if the sea destroys him, the sea destroys him. I figure as long as I get 4 journeys out of him, he was £2.50 a trip. Alright, let's get him done up. Let's get that over there, and same with the hooks, because I don't want any of them in my dry suit. Alright, cool, that's a bit of a bend on that rod already with a 10-ounce weight, isn't it? Rightio. Pinged it out nicely in front of me. We'll feel it down to the seabed. I think that was it there. And we'll just let out a bit more into the tide flow. Create a bit of a bow in the line, so the bait sits there, the tide takes the line round it, and the bait should sit on the bottom, presenting itself nicely. Right, we have one rod fishing. Yeah, I've just done a bit of worm on there for the moment, but I've got this big old squid here. Own caught as always, love to mention that. Yeah, I'll get a big chunk of this squid on there in a bit and see if there's anything a bit bigger down there. Maybe a ray, smooth hound, a bass, who knows. Right, I'm going to get another rod set up with some Sabikis, and then I'll be chilling for a bit. 2 secs, mate. Right, I forgot to hit film on the old GoPro here, but I've just lowered a set of Sabikis down to the bottom, and I've come up a good couple of turns. So I'll just let them fish themselves while I have a bit of lunch. Wow, second breakfast. Yeah, my homemade crate's working well. I'll show you that in a bit. So I didn't really want to spend £120 on a feel-free Moken crate with rod holders on it, so I've got a standy crate and some plumbing bits. I made my own for less than half the price. Although I was quite upset with the plumbing bits. I was in a tackle shop yesterday and I see these nice black 3-in-a-row rod holders. They look pretty nifty, but it made it look a lot smarter, but essentially it's working. So yeah, I will show you my crate. Let's try give you eyes on it now. And that's my little crate. You can see I put my rod holders on the side. And that just holds all my anchor system and any spare tackle that I need easy access to, nice and accessible. So you'll see you've got the front hold up there, that flips open. I can shift forward, I can get to most of that pretty easy. You got this little hold here, which has got all sorts of bits in there. And then we've got this central hold here, which you can get a lot in, but the problem that I'm finding is that stuff is going too far either way. Like I've got a few live shrimp in a blue pot, but I think it shifted backwards under my butt and I can no longer reach it. I might be able to get next to my buddy in a bit and see if he's facing forward, if he can get his arm further in there and grab my shrimp. But my idea, I tried to block it at either end, so I think I've got a dry bag at that end blocking it. But no, that's why I've got a problem. I can't remember what I've got at that end blocking it. I've got something at the front end blocking it so it can't go too far that way. I did try and wedge a jumper in underneath me to try and block stuff from going too far back, but it has pushed back, it's pushed the jumper back. But yeah, this is a Moken 12 and I'd say it's a very, very comfortable fishing boat, really. It's very stable. Maybe not as quick as some other boats, like I think Simon's boat, which is an Ocean Kayak 4.3, I think. Yeah, he's giving me the thumbs up. It does look longer. It's another 2 foot longer and it is a bit narrower, but he's telling me he's wobbling a little bit. He's telling me he's wobbling a little bit in there. So I think this Moken's a bit more stable. He's also sitting, so we've got the scuppers out. He's also sitting in about 1 inch of water, which I'm not incredibly happy with for him, but he's definitely not going down. He's definitely buoyant. So it's interesting to see the differences between the two yaks. This is definitely quicker, but I think mine is definitely more stable. And luckily I'm an absolutely smashing paddler, so I'm still waiting for him to catch up. He's got a finger up at me, but I won't tell you which one. Anyway gang, I'm going to get on second breakfast and then we're going to do some hardcore fishing. We'll see how it goes here on this wreck for a bit, but if it's looking absolutely pants, we'll move off. Oh, reeling in on the bait rod. Oh, I think I'm snagged though. Yeah. Ooh, might have ripped it out. Might be fish on. Didn't particularly see any bites. There's a dogfish. What else is that? That's some weird looking thing. Let's have a look what that is. Oh, honestly, couldn't tell you. Pink meaty looking thing. What do you guys suppose that is? Here we go, first fish of the day. A good old dogfish. Here we go. So I've pulled anchor and I'm back on the move again. I'm going to catch up to Simon, come up with a new plan, but I'm pretty sure the plan is to head deeper now. Okie dokie, coming out past the harbour arm. We're going to go out in front of Folkestone now. Well, towards Hive, but out in front of the main bit of Folkestone. Okie dokie guys. So, I've checked my feathers a few times, nothing happening, dropped them back down. letting them hang out down there. I'm going to try. I've set up wrecking styly. See if I can show you that quickly. Alright, big long boom, 10-ounce weight, and I'll show you the lure later. In fact, I think I've got one here. Using this exact lure, a weedless Coastal 360 in white, weighs 40 grams. Anyway, play about with this for a bit and we'll see what happens. Okie dokie guys, we're in some quite deep water now and we're at the end of a trench. We didn't make it to the wreck, it's just simply too far. And yeah, this is only my second go out in this shack. Simon's on his first go in his, so we might get out to them wrecks one day. Right now we're going to have a go at the end of this. It's not a trench, I've been saying trench today, it's more of a ledge, so we're actually on the deeper side of it now and we're going to drift more towards the ledge itself and fish on that over the edge, and we'll hit this button and you've got to send it all the way down, just like I was saying earlier. Cool, it's going to be fun pulling this one back up, eh? Cool, I've nearly spooled it. Right, that's just hit bottom now. So I'm going to let off almost 3 times as much. I did point myself in the direction that I'm going to drift, but I seem to have swung back round very quickly. Now, you let out extra line for a couple of reasons. One, it actually gives you a better hold on the bottom. Gives you more kilos or poundage per hold or whatever, the more line you let out. The other thing is, as the tide rises, if your buoy is trapped beneath the waterline and so is your dive reel, then you might have to cut. You're going to have to cut your anchor line if you can't reach your dive reel. You can't pull it up, or worst case scenario, it might flip you. Okie dokie, right. Pennel styly rig. Pennel ledger, whatever you want to call it. Nice chunk of squid, and the hook's facing the opposite way going out of either side. Oh, I didn't get a very good cast on that. Hopefully we're in deep enough water that it doesn't matter so much. Oh, I think that just hit bottom. Got a bit more line go in the tide. And that rod's fishing. Right, that was a big paddle. So again, gonna have a bit more food. Maybe start on my second meal deal. Didn't even drink the drink from my first one yet. So yeah, a bit of nourishment. I'm gonna have a good bash with the feathers. And if they don't do anything for me, I'm gonna get a secondary bait on the go. Right, reel up on the bait rod. Doesn't feel too heavy, so if there's anything there, I think it would just be a little dogfish. Yep. Oh, actually no, decent sized whiting. Oh, There we go. He's tangled the rig up a bit. Well, we got a fish. He's not a bad size. Happy days. Let's get that rig untangled, we'll go again. Oh, another reeling on that bit of squid. Same bit of squid from last time. There's enough of it. I think there might be something there. Yeah, I think I've got a bit of a problem with my boy. I don't think I've let out enough line. So as soon as I've got this up, I've got to deal with that. Sooner rather than later. Here comes a dogfish. There we go. Another dogfish. Right, let's find out what is going on with my anchor. Yeah, I was in trouble there. I didn't have enough line up and the boy got pulled under the water. Right, unless that is enough line, I'm going to have to pull anchor. I'm just going to check that it's not just the buoy itself. See, it does feel quite taut even up to here. And I think my dive reel might be a bit too short, guys. So I'm going to have to pull anchor. There's not enough line on my dive reel.
No worries, bro. Are you moving on then?
It's a bit touch and go.
Do you want to let me know what to do? Then I'll bring it.
I've cut anchor.
Yeah, I'm reeling up now anyway, so I'll let you know, I guess, how it's going in a second.
No worries, mate. Good luck. So, had to cut my anchor to keep myself safe. I think it had become apparent that I'd shifted on my anchor a bit when I was fishing, but before I could do much about it, I think it was a bit too late really. So I tried to pull the anchor. I noticed my buoy was getting pulled under. Tried to pull it and I couldn't get it up, and I was tugging on the rope, hoping the quick release would do its job and I'd be able to pull free. But it got to a point where it was starting to tip me and whatnot. And as you'll notice, we've gone from very flat water to rather choppy water now. Another dogfish. Oh, I hope this camera lasts. I think I might be onto my first bass. Just tugging away. Ooh, it's a big beautiful wrasse. I just had the biggest, most beautiful wrasse of my life. and I literally, like, I dropped it on the snood. Right guys, my feathers have finally picked something up. So here in front of me, I believe is a horse mackerel, and behind me, I believe that's a codling. Either that or a very big white one, but I'm pretty sure codling. I'm gonna get them both off the hook and have a better look at them. Yes! Trolling a deep diving lure behind me has got me my first bass on my kayak here. So I'm absolutely gassed on that, and I'm gonna get him dehooked and get the measure on him, but I'm pretty sure that's big enough to take home for tea. Whew. He's still got some fight in him, yeah. That's well over 42. Right, I'm gonna do the work to get him off the hook and paddle up and down with this lure on for a little while, mate. I had a take, was fighting it for a second, it came off, just chucked the same lure straight back out, carried on paddling. Sure enough, a few minutes later, this little rod in front of me bent in half, and yeah, reeled in this bass. He was a bit of a fight, and then he started swimming at me for most of it. I'm sorry the GoPro's dead. I would like to have you here with me as I'm reeling it in, but the best I can do is show you the fish. But yeah, let me get on getting him off the hook, and we'll take some more photos.